hoping that this can be the first of many projects that puts Kansas City into the loop of being a great place to try work out. That's the dream. That's the dream.
Dream, yes, ma'am.
Was this, you having lived with this for 5 years,
Yeah.
how much is it like a baby that you're taking care of and still very close to, and how much are you ready to do something else?
It's a baby. It is, it's very dear to me. It really is, and it's been a long time coming. Actually, Eric and I received a commission recently from the Center Theatre Group for the Mark Taper Forum out in Los Angeles, where we did Clay before we came here, to write something new. So we are currently writing something new, and I'm working on other projects as well. This just happens to be the thing for me that has been the most amazing growing experience for me. All of the rest of the things that have come along with it have not been nearly as important as the relationships I've made and the collaborations that I've made as well. And those are the people here on stage, and those are the people who I have found that even when you're doing a one-person show, it takes an army of people to put a play together. And I have been so fortunate to work with some of the most talented people I think in the world, and also been able to form a language unto ourselves that we're able to work with each other and hopefully create a bunch more shows together, which is really nice.
Yes, ma'am.
What can I get the music?
Music. I don't know, when can you get the music?
We hope sometime soon.
That's the thing. We frequently get that question. People come to the show and want to take the music away from them, with them. We've got a sweatshirt which sings to you if you listen really. But soon, soon. We are putting it together ourselves. If we decide to, it will probably be available online soon. And so we are trying to get it together.
Some of the tracks are online. If you go to the clayraps.com website, I think 5 or 6 tracks are on the website on MP3 form, so you can take your memories with you.
And always, at any time, for instance, this evening, if you think of a question you didn't ask or didn't feel like asking, you can always go to our website, to the education page to educate, to our email address there, and we'll just pass that question on along to anyone. And so in a month or so, I don't know if you want to ask that again, we'll zip that info right to you.
Also, I want to say, just
Sure.
briefly, for me, working with these people up here has been one thing. Also, there's someone who is not up here, but who is in the back of the house, who, his name is Dennis Connors, and he's wearing a yellow shirt. And he's the stage manager of the show, and he's been the stage manager of the show for its entire life of the run. We were college roommates together. We lived together in Chicago for a while after that. And he's here with me and will be with us in New York. And that's an amazing feeling. So I want to thank him also.
And as Eric explained at the beginning of the evening, this is a preview performance, so we're still tweaking, perfecting, making changes. And so these folks, some of them still have a little bit more work to do tonight. So we're going to take one more question and send them and you all on your way. So who has a terrific, oh brother, now I'm torn. Well, I know Tim Scott does that.
I wanted to ask, when you see one person do many characters, sometimes the transitions can be kind of big, and this is kind of a question for you and Eric, I guess, because you pop into characters, and I want to know if you have a forensics background, and furthermore, the kind of, do you know what that is?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Hey, I'm 24, but still.
You gave me a look, man. There was this twirling convention that kind of came about. I want to know how that came about as well. You kind of spin from one character to another, and how that came about. What was the evolution of that? See you guys tomorrow. Thanks.
I have a background. Both of our backgrounds are related to performance studies at Northwestern, which is one of the centers in the country where people talk about how to do solo performance and multi-character work, and going way back to chamber theater and forensic stuff in the 40s. So I definitely used all the tricks of those conventions, but also Matt and I talked very early on about jump cuts in hip hop and about sampling and how do you represent the sampled form physically in your body. So a lot of the shifts and the correspondence with sound, where Matt will make a noise while shifting a focus or a camera angle, if you will. We came up with a language to signify what can happen in music or even in film, how to make that happen on stage and to create the illusion that there are a bunch of people inhabiting the world and that you can jump from one to the other, and there has to be some manifestation of that.
I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was great. I loved it. It was real specific and real tight and real easy to do. It was great.
Thanks.
I'm sorry if I said it.
No, it's great. It is. I mean, I think that's also something that I've been a very physical actor my entire life, and it's something I wanted to be able to bring to the piece, and something that Eric and I have talked about a lot in terms of bringing that sensibility to the piece and being able to show that, but also use that in the best way we can to tell the story, and that's always the most important thing.
I have one last question, just on this, while we're at the creative team, the designers, and a little tied in with your question, but where did the idea of the hood and the element, the really significant hood element that brings so much to the characterization, where did that come from?
When we first started the show, we couldn't afford a costume. So I had a pair of jeans, which I'm wearing. Not the same ones, different pair, but they looked similar. And a sweatshirt. And I was like, this is what we'll use, and I'll use the hood to differentiate between characters, or at least to mark one character, and then I'll do the rest with my body. And it has grown into, sort of a major symbol of the show, and using the microphone in many different ways, both as a ladle or a spoon, and also as a woman, is something that, if I had another actress that wanted to do the show with me, then maybe. I don't have any friends, so. Can we take that question also to see?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, this is such a rigorous performance, but there's also a huge business side to obviously what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as an understudy?
I wish, man. Yeah, no, we've never actually, we've talked about it, but the conversation ends with the question, really. I mean, the show up until this point has been very specific to my performance. I think as it has evolved, it has become a play and a story unto itself. And I would hope, and in my dream of dreams, it can go on, and as I go on to maybe do something else, someone else would be able to step in and bring a whole new life to it. And that's certainly a dream of mine. I think personally, I'm going to ride it out until, at least until we get to New York, because that's where I'm from and that's home. But I would love it if at some point we were able to have someone else come in and do the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Terrific. If you have more questions, really, please, it happens all the time. Don't be shy about emailing us. Go to the website, kcrep.org. Go to the education page, and you'll see where to bump that, and we will forward your question on. You've been such a generous, wonderful audience. Thank you for joining us this evening. If you'd like to attend any of the other forums, also go to kcrep.org. They're all coming up. We have some pre-show talks scheduled, and so come back and bring your friends. Thank you to you, and thank you to you all.